Hello everyone, my name is Bo and this is Bo's Slow English. Lately, I've been thinking about anxiety and fear, whether I was always anxious or if it slowly developed over time. I think many people assume that anxiety means you're always weak or you're always scared. Today, I want to talk about when I first remember feeling anxious and how it showed up throughout different parts of my life. And I want to talk about how my relationship with anxiety has changed as I've gotten older. After you watch this video, let me know in the comments if any of this resonated with you or if you relate to it. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And please check out my new YouTube channel. It's for kids, families, and super beginner English learners. When I think about anxiety, I don't think I was born anxious. In fact, one of my first memories is actually feeling confident. The first year I played soccer, I was good. I remember kicking the ball really hard. Apparently, hard enough that referees checked my cleats because they thought maybe I had metal in them. I was proud of myself. And then something changed. I skipped 6th grade soccer, and when I returned in 7th grade, I remember feeling afraid. Not only afraid of getting hit by the ball, but afraid of failing, afraid of disappointing my team, afraid of not doing a good job. I remember when the ball came toward me, I would overthink. And when you overthink, sometimes your body freezes. Your mind becomes louder than your instincts. I think that may have been one of the first times I noticed anxiety. I just didn't have the words for it. Around that same time, I tried snowboarding. I took a group lesson. And instead of enjoying it, I compared myself to everyone else. Who was better? Who learned faster? Who looked confident? And instead of enjoying it, I compared myself to everyone else. I was so preoccupied with who was better than me, who learned faster than me, who looked more confident than me. I was afraid of falling. I was afraid of getting hurt. And maybe more than that, I was afraid of failing once again. That's interesting to think about now, because fear of failure followed me for a long time. Nowadays, when I hear negative thoughts in my head, I can separate them more. There's a concept called your inner child. Your inner child is basically younger versions of yourself, experiences, fears, or beliefs you carry into childhood. Sometimes I hear a voice that says, "You can't do it." But now I know that voice isn't always logical. Sometimes it's fear, and sometimes it's old patterns. And sometimes it's simply a younger version of me trying to protect me. My anxiety was probably worse again in my 20s. I moved to Los Angeles when I was around 20 years old. I drove across the country. I barely knew anyone. I didn't have everything planned. Normally, people think planning reduces stress. I actually tend to wing things. Winging it means doing something without fully planning, which sounds strange because people often think I'm very organized. But big life decisions, I sometimes jump. I moved to LA because I wanted change. I wanted growth and I was excited. But excitement and anxiety can exist together. I think people forget that. LA felt lonely sometimes. I met people who I eventually realized were not helping me become the person I wanted to be. Not terrible people, just negative, self-deprecating, unmotivated. And I learned something difficult. Sometimes protecting your peace means changing who you spend time with. That can be lonely, especially in a huge city. People today sometimes think I'm confident. Clients probably see me as calm, capable, organized. But anxiety doesn't always look obvious. When I worked in luxury salons, there was pressure. People trust you with their appearance, their confidence. Now, working in clinics, there's pressure too. People trust you with their face, their emotions, their health. And when you care deeply about doing well, anxiety can hide underneath responsibility. For me, anxiety often feels physical. Shallow breathing, overthinking, feeling overwhelmed, almost like my body is speeding up before my mind catches up. I think one reason I manage anxiety better now is because I respect my body more. I try to eat when I'm hungry. I take breaks. I pause. I used to ignore those things. Working in salons taught me to push through lunch, push through exhaustion, push through stress. But pushing forever isn't sustainable. I also think losing friends young changed me. It made me realize time matters. Life is shorter than we expect. Because of that, I try harder to do things I enjoy. And if something consistently takes away my peace, I think seriously about changing direction. The interesting thing is, I don't think anxiety made me weaker. I think in some ways it made me braver. Because when you spend years feeling afraid and still keep trying new things, moving cities, changing careers, building businesses, showing up online, you realize courage is not the absence of fear. Sometimes courage is doing things while fear is sitting beside you. If I could talk to younger me standing on the soccer field, I think I'd say, "You can do it, and I'm here for you." I still hear that fearful voice sometimes. I just don't believe everything it says anymore, and I think that's growth. I would love to know in the comments, did you learn any new vocabulary words from this video? If you relate to my story, please let me know. I'll see you at the next story time. Bye!